Hello and welcome back to my channel. So you guys, I bring you Amy Chen. In case you don't know this Asian woman, I mean she's Asian American woman. She has this amazing TikTok channel. I'm not sure if she's yet on YouTube, but what I know for sure is she's on TikTok and she goes by the name Sekas Fairy. So this woman has dedicated her entire channel on educating people on Black history, especially Black American history, Asian history, and simply dismantling white supremacy. Yeah, I said it. So guys, I bring you Amy Chen. Yeah, so let's just get straight into the videos. Get ready to be educated, learn one or two things about what I've just mentioned. And yeah, so let's get into the video. There are no stitches involved, but you can let me know what you think about these videos in the comment section below. If you're agreeing with her, if you're not agreeing with her, indicate that in the comment section below. Trust me, a lot of people learn so much in the comment section below than the actual videos.
Just because there is no longer legal support for systemic racism doesn't mean that the harms caused by systemic racism cease to exist. Especially where no measures were ever taken to redress those harms, they often perpetuate themselves through institutional racism. Redlining is a really good example. Redlining is no longer legal, but because of the harm that it caused in terms of resource gap and segregation, those harms are often perpetuated in institutional racism of financial and real estate practices and are enforced by how we collect property taxes and distribute public resources. School integration is an example of a measure that was taken to redress a harm caused by systemic racism, but because those measures have not been monitored and maintained, there are many school districts in the United States that have resegregated, and that has contributed to the many areas in the United States where the demographic distribution has reverted to looking like it did when redlining was legal, thus causing all of the harm that it did when redlining was legal. This comment is also an example of why I ask that people specify Black, Brown, Indigenous, and other people of color, because all of those groups have experienced systemic racism, but in drastically different ways, and grouping us all together as minorities gaslights our different experiences. With respect to Native American identity, sovereignty, and treaty rights, this comment is inaccurate. With respect to Black Americans, if reparations had been paid when they were due, and if Jim Crow had never happened, maybe just now, 160 years after the Civil War, we could begin to have this conversation. But after 500 years of systemic racism and less than 60 years of legal equality, during which very little was done to undo the harm caused by the 500 years of systemic racism, this comment is gaslighting. Which leads me to ask, who are the minorities that you feel have a higher chance of success in the United States than white people? My guess is you would say Asian Americans, and that glosses over the fact that many Asian Americans in the United States now are not themselves or descendants of the Asian Americans who experienced systemic racism. Let's think about this critically. Does it really make sense to you that the United States fought a devastating civil war over something that a very small percentage of people in a small number of states engaged in or benefited from? And if that was the case, then why did it take an entire civil war to end? Because it's one of two things. It's either that chattel slavery actually conferred a huge benefit to a great number of people and they didn't want it to end and that's why it took a civil war, or chattel slavery was practiced for hundreds of years and there was a civil war because the United States was full of people who are that psychopathic. You pick. Oh look, just like clockwork, it's my Monday afternoon troll. Poor form leaving this comment on Juneteenth. Right off the bat, it doesn't work for obvious reasons. If there weren't racist white people, there never would have been chattel slavery and we wouldn't be having this discussion about the American Civil War. But if this was true, then why were the 40 acres and a mule not paid, and how and why did Jim Crow happen all throughout the United States? If there weren't racist white people and the war was fought for peace, then why did it take an additional 100 years in the Black Civil Rights Movement to amend the Constitution to end government-sanctioned racial discrimination? My voice, my face, my name, my home, my profession, my geographic region, and my friends have all appeared in my videos because I am not afraid of actual cowards like yourself. And as for you calling me the most vile, horrible, racist thing on the internet, I will proudly own that title all day, every day. I will proudly be the representation of everything that you fear and cannot stand, because it is the day that somebody like you supports and agrees with me that I'll really worry about where I went wrong. Just a friendly Juneteenth reminder, being a fanatic of sports teams does not make you a supporter of Black people, and there are plenty of Black athletes who have been telling us all about the system. Remember how you treated them.
And that's all I had for you from Amy Chen in today's video. Remember to like, subscribe, share this video please, and invite as many people as you can to this channel. Let's support this woman, that's me, to reach 100K by December. It's good to dream, yeah, I'll definitely see you in my next video.
From across the room.